You know what's funny? A year ago, I didn't even know if my business was gonna work. I was knocking on doors, I was sweaty, I was nervous, and I was getting told no left, right, and centre over and over and over again. Like, it just never stopped. I knocked on so many doors. But then with this client, they needed their garden getting done. They were actually seeing a gardener, but like, they were a pretty bad gardener, I won't lie. They half-assed the job and then they got nothing done compared to what the client asked. So they paid a lot of money for nothing to happen. And then I pulled up and I was like, hey, I can do this for you. Gave them a quote and boom, here we are. Massive job, and I was really happy. It was a way to grow my portfolio. It's one of the first big jobs that I've got. But yeah, it's just strange because like before I was getting a bunch of no's. I'm talking like not polite no's. It was just like mid-sentence they'd be closing the door on me. They'd just be looking at me. I had this one lady look at me like I was some creature. It was really bad actually. But the mad part is that all those no's just disappear the second you get one yeah. Like the second someone says yes to you, it's just the no's all go away. And people see the finished gardens, they see the stripes in the lawn, they see the patio being all clean and everything, but they don't see the 40 doors that have been knocked before that. And I'm talking on social media because like you probably watch this like, oh, a gardener or something like that, or just a local ad, whatever. I've knocked on so many doors, like, and I like to think I'm decent at sales, but like door to door is brutal. It's just no. Which I guess is fair because you don't want to sell to people who don't need the thing that you're offering. But like the thing is, I've knocked on streets where not one person's cared. I've walked home thinking, what the hell am I actually doing? But then the second someone actually says, yeah, can you take a look at my garden? Suddenly it changes the whole week. It changes the momentum completely. All of a sudden you're like, okay, now I've got to quote this person. It just feels weird. Like, what the hell? But yeah, that's business. It's emotional until you realize it's just numbers. Rejection feels like it's personal when you're new, but now it's kind of just data to me because now I know who to advertise to and how to advertise to people. Because I'm gonna if I was knocking a door today and the person was to like just not be interested, they're just not interested. They don't need the garden done. Simple as. It's not something they're looking for. But then if I was like knocking on another door and I wanted to quote them just in case, the way I'd go around is I'd just be like, just in case you ever think about it, it'd be good to know what someone would charge you for it. So then, yeah, I guess like just by telling the person how much it would actually cost, it does wonders, honestly, absolute wonders. But yeah, this garden right here, it wasn't easy at all. It was the most overgrown, heavy waste, like I didn't even know it would take as long as it did because most of it was just waste removal, to be honest. I had to remove so much garbage, like, and you can just see in the videos there was just so much green waste. It was actually unbelievable. I was thinking of burning it all because, like, you know, we filled up at least 10 1-ton bags. That's like 10 tons of garden waste. That's a lot. And that was like one of my first jobs as well. It was brutal. And I was like, oh crap, how am I gonna get rid of this? Thankfully the client was really nice about it and more. But yeah, it was relentless. But I've learned a lot since then. I've learned a lot since then. I cannot stress that enough. And like, the thing is, I could have said no. I could have just stayed comfortable. I didn't have to go and do this gardening job because I was in a sales job and I was making $4,000 that month as well when I took up this job. Like genuinely £4,000 at 20 years old into my bank account for doing sales. And this job wasn't £4,000, but it's not about the money at the start of the things. It's just about getting the skills, and it's more just about, like, you know, starting a business for the sake of whatever you're trying to achieve in life. For me, that was freedom of my time, not freedom in terms of like financial stuff. It's just like I can do something that I actually enjoy doing. In this case, it is gardening. I do enjoy gardening, and why not work for someone else? And the reasons, because I don't like getting bossed around. I can't lie to you. I don't like being an adult and being told by a slightly older adult, hey, you do this, do that, do this, do that. And I say slightly older, my boss was like 40 something, but it's like 20 years. It's not that much when you actually think about it. Life's too short. But yeah, I don't like having a boss, so that's what I did. I took the job, I figured it out, and I got stronger. And there's no point of preaching discipline if you're not bleeding for it. And like, what I mean by that is there's a lot of people online that are talking about, yeah, do this for a business, do that for a business, do this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm an example. I used to talk a lot about consistency, but now I'd just rather show it, because there's no point of saying, hey, I'm consistent, then there's no actual way of proving that if I'm just saying it. It's like in the Bible, it says faith without works is dead. Same rules apply in just life. If you're going to say something and have no proof behind it, then you're not, like, it's just empty words, it's just a hollow shell. So, like, you know, there's no point of preaching something if you're not bleeding for it. Action fixes insecurity. It fixes doubt. Action fixes overthinking. You don't need motivation. You just need movement. And if you're willing to feel ready, you're going to be waiting forever. If you're just waiting to feel ready, you're gonna be waiting forever. If you're sitting there on your desk, on your bed, wherever you're sitting, and just thinking to yourself, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you're just thinking that to yourself. You're not doing anything. And if you're not doing anything, then it's kind of pointless, isn't it? And I've realised that, well, this year I've realised that proof changes everything. Now that I've got a portfolio behind me, it's a lot easier to get jobs because people are looking at the stuff that I've done before. So if you're starting out a business, no matter what business it is, if it's a service-based business, I would highly recommend every single thing that you do, document it, because I haven't done this with all my jobs. I've only done it with a little few of them, but everything you do, just, I don't care if your phone hasn't got enough storage, just click that record button, just take a bunch of pictures, record everything you do, slap it on a few flyers, slap it on Facebook, and you'll get more customers. That's just facts. Proof changes everything. You can say you're consistent, you can say that you're good at gardening, you can say you're good at whatever you do, you can say you're serious, but if there's no proof, then you're just speaking for the sake of speaking. You're just making noise. And that's literally why I recorded this, because I realised I can't tell someone I'm good at gardening with no proof. I'm not trying to flex, I'm not trying to impress, I'm trying to build proof, because proof builds leverage, and proof builds consistency, proof builds confidence, proof builds trust, and proofs what's wrong with me? Proof builds momentum. But I'm not gonna lie, there were moments where I doubted myself, and I was thinking to myself, I'm barely making any money. No, I had no van. I still don't have a van. I should probably get one, actually. But I didn't have a van at that point. I had like the bare basics of equipment, like the worst of the worst. I had no petrol tools at that point, literally nothing. Like, I had a little crappy jet washer, and it did 140 bar. Now I've got like a 3,400 PSI one, and it does 10 litres per minute, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. But prior to that, in this job, I really didn't have a lot. Because I had a job, a really well-paying job, thankfully, I just bought 400 quid worth of equipment and just got to it. But I really had nothing. I was doubting myself. I had no big following. I felt small. And when you're starting a business, you're going to feel small. You're going to feel crap. But feeling small doesn't mean you're stuck. It just means that you're early. And if you're early, it's good, because the early bird gets the worm. And the biggest thing that I've changed this year it isn't money, it's just mindset. I've stopped looking for comfort. I've stopped looking for validation. I've stopped looking for like the next big thing, the pretty thing, the lady in the red dress from Lord of the Matrix. If you've watched it, you should watch it, good movie. But I've stopped looking for easy things. I've just started looking for responsibility. And when you take responsibility, you take control. That's just how the world is. It's not good to be irresponsible with your time or your money or anything else for that matter, or your life. If you want to achieve something, if you have a goal in mind, you can work for someone else. I don't disrespect that by all means. Like, it's good. It's a brilliant thing if you choose to do that. Me personally, I don't like doing it, but if you're content with that, then you're content, and that's your life. You go and do that. I'm not gonna unvalidate you for wanting to work for someone. If you have a goal though, and you want to achieve it, but then all you do is speak about it and never act on it, then that's on you, I won't lie. You should probably get up and do it. I think I just don't like laziness, that's all it is. But yeah, I don't know, if you're building any form of business right now, if you're just trying to work towards a goal right now, just keep on going, because one opportunity can change everything. if you do something, you create yourself an opportunity. If you create like just one small opportunity, it can change everything. If you're knocking on doors, one yes can change your week. If you're looking for work, like one small job can change your confidence entirely. Because after I got that job, I was knocking on doors like I was I've been in the gardening business since I was born. But just 1 year can change your life is what I'm making. But that only happens if you move.